Hey guys, Davis here. It's about time for exam 1, and I just wanted to drop in and give you a little bit of advice to help you prepare for it. So, as we know, Math 1172 is a really difficult course, and one part of the difficulty is that the exams themselves are quite a difficult task. Let's talk about a few ways that you can make the process easier for yourself. So the first step I would do if I was taking this exam would be to create a really intricate list of what I need to know. So we can break it down by sections. We started off with section 6.2, which was area between the curves. We did section 6.3, which was generalized slicing method and washer disk method. Then we used the shell method in section 6.4, arc length in 6.5. In 6.7 we did work problems, which are work done moving a spring and work done draining a tank. We also did variable linear density. Then in 7.1 we had a general integration technique using various algebraic techniques to find antiderivatives, and in 7.2 we learned integration by parts. Now within each of these, there's certain subtleties. There's subproblems, right? You can have area between curves, but are you integrating with respect to x or with respect to y? Is there one region or two? If we're doing a rotational bodies problem, are we rotating about the y-axis or maybe a more general line like y equals 3? Each section has many different aspects to it, and you need to create a detailed list of what you need to know and check off that you know each of these. So that brings us to the second part. The second part is you need to make an honest assessment of what you do and do not know. This isn't about pride. You need to be critical of yourself. And if you don't know something, that's okay. It's not going to be a problem if you don't know the material today. It's going to be a problem if you don't know the material come test day. And if your pride gets in the way of you learning the material, that is, if you say, oh, I know that, of course I know that. Well, whether you truly or do not know that material, that's going to be determined come exam day. So it behooves you to create an honest assessment and say, okay, well, maybe I know that. And if the answer is not definite, yes, I know that, then you should spend a little time thinking about that particular aspect of that particular problem. Now the question is, how do you, once you've assembled this list of deficiencies, how do you go about correcting them? Well, there's a lot of material available to you in terms of like the notes you've taken in class, the lecture, myself, the tutor rooms. One thing I would recommend is let's say you have an item on your list of deficiencies. Let's say it's, oh, I don't know. Let's say it's a double integration by parts integrating the function uh, sine 2x e to the 6x. Now this is a pretty difficult integral to do, and you have to integrate by parts twice, and then there's some magic to it, but it's difficult, right? How do you go about doing that? Well, I recommend a two-pronged approach. The first prong is to go through my handouts that I've given and look for a problem like that in the handouts. This will allow you to work the problem and then compare it to the solutions I've written up. Now, the second approach, the second of the two prongs, is to find an expert. Now, the expert could be me, it could be the lecturer, it could be someone in the MSLC, It could be your buddy who's really good at calculus. But you need to go to them and you need to be prepared to ask very direct questions as to how you do this. You want to say, I am having trouble with this particular aspect of this particular problem. Ask specific questions so that they give you specific answers. All right. So once you've gone about addressing these deficiencies, it's really important to prepare your mind. The exam itself is an intense experience. You have 55 minutes to solve a huge number of problems. And you have to be engaged mentally and ready to go and intimately knowledgeable with the material to get through the whole thing in the 55 minutes you're allotted. And mental preparation is key to this process. Now, how do you prepare your mind? For me, what I like to do is I like to put myself in test-taking conditions as often as possible. That means about half my time I would spend addressing deficiencies, but then the next half I would spend taking practice exams. So find a practice exam. You can take one off of my website, or if, like at last resort, like let's say your professor didn't give you a practice exam, you can make one. You have an electronic book. Just pick a problem from each section, uh, screenshot it, cut out the problem, make a Word document, print it out, and then once you have your practice test, lock yourself away. Put that cell phone, put that laptop in another room. Leave it in your dorm. Go with a stopwatch. Maybe you want to take the practice test with a friend. Take your practice test with a friend and take it together. But approach that practice test with the same level of intensity that you would the real exam. And this will do wonders for your actual performance on the exam. And then once you're done, hopefully there's solutions to this exam and you can compare what you've done on the exam with the solutions. So, the exam is this Thursday. I hope each of you puts in the time and effort to put out an A+ effort. I'm rooting for all of you, and I know that you can do it. I believe in you guys. This is a difficult course, but you're all here at OSU for a reason. You're all smart, you're all capable, and I believe that you have what it takes to do well on this exam. All right. I will be having office hours this week from 2 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Please come by and get a little bit of extra help. I'm happy to do what it takes to help you get a good grade on this exam. Thank you.